Caitlin Clark and
I'm a fan.
Angel Reese, right?
Yeah.
They're going back and
I'm a
forth.
fan of both.
And Jamil Hill says by the time Angel Reese is done, she's going to be the Michael Jordan of WNBA.
She said about Angel Reese?
She said Angel Reese, by the time she retires, can you pull up this quote? She said, by the time she retires, she will be the MJ.
Stephen A. Smith just shut down Angel Reese's ego trip like it was a scene straight out of a messy reality show. After she pulled a bold move involving Caitlin Clark, the internet exploded with reactions like, oh, no, she didn't. If you thought the drama ended on the basketball court, think again, Stephen A. Took the mic and lit it up, and Angel Reese might need some aloe for that burn. So what exactly did she do? Buckle up, this is where the chaos begins. Let's break it down.
It's not about black and white. It's about that white player and that black player. Why? Because of the history that they had before they came to the WNBA. You see, it was all instigated. If Angel Reese was never in Caitlin Clark's face, taunting her the way that she did when they mimicking what Caitlin Clark was doing to numerous opponents en route to the Final Four, and then Angel Reese and LSU bust their living, you know what, at that particular moment in time, and Angel Reese was in her face chirping at her the way that she did, it would have never gotten to this point.
Have a lot of folks that have come to the defense of numerous WNBA players because they were pointing out like this has been going on before long and people are not hating on her. It's not about hating on her. It's that you feel she is getting a level of attention that you deserved and you warranted long before she ever came along.
For points. That's it. That was Angel Reese's entire contribution, like she suddenly went on a scoring fast. This happened during the Sky vs. Fever game, and here's the kicker. Caitlin Clark wasn't even playing. She was on the bench, wrapped up like a mummy, casually sipping Gatorade, watching like a chill soccer mom from the sidelines. Yet somehow, even with Clark out, Angel Reese couldn't step up. No pressure, no Caitlin, and still nothing.
The new season tipped off this weekend with several marquee matchups on the slate. Most fans were excited to see Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever take on Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. The game was a blowout as the Fever beat down Chicago 93-58, with Clark's triple-double leading the way. But the biggest headline coming out of the game on Saturday is the investigation the WNBA is conducting into allegations of hateful fan comments directed at Angel Reese. It happened after this play when Clark slapped at the ball after Reese grabbed an offensive rebound.
How do you show up to a game where the star player is sitting on the sidelines, icing her ankle, and decide it's the perfect time to have your worst performance yet? If Angel Reese was trying to prove she's the anti-Caitlin, well, mission accomplished. While Caitlin was healing, Angel was out there posting numbers so low they deserved a sad trombone in the background. For points, that's not a stat line. That's a red flag.
Because I was calling it from day one. You got people that are resentful towards her. But it's really not about her, guys. It's about what she represents. Before she ever came along, there were a lot of outstanding basketball players who happened to be black females that was doing their thing on the WNBA level. And they never got this kind of shot.
Sure, she snagged her usual 12 rebounds, her favorite stat, no doubt. At this point, you'd think each rebound came with a free Chick-fil-A coupon the way she chases them down like her career depends on it. And after this showing, maybe it does. If rebounds were gold bars, Angel Reese would be set for life. But when it comes to scoring actual points, it's like she thinks putting up buckets is beneath her, like she's doing the league a favor by staying out of double digits.
Second of it. Your thoughts?
Oh, first of all, it's not a rivalry. Not when you lose about 35 points.
That's true.
It's not rivalry. Indiana Fever's on a different level than the Chicago Sky. Let's get that out the way. Secondly, as much as we love Angel Reese because she is special, she's not Caitlin Clark as a player. Caitlin Clark is on a different level. We just have to own it. Angel Reese can rebound the basketball. She's a damn good player. She's got a bright future in the WNBA, but Caitlin Clark is next level.
Sure, she snagged her usual 12 rebounds, her favorite stat, no doubt. At this point, you'd think each rebound came with a free Chick-fil-A coupon the way she chases them down like her career depends on it. And after this showing, maybe it does. If rebounds were gold bars, Angel Reese would be set for life. But when it comes to scoring actual points, it's like she thinks putting up buckets is beneath her, like she's doing the league a favor by staying out of double digits.
I'm going to elaborate a little bit more on that in just a second. But before I do that, I want to ask you your thoughts about apparently some racial animus that was thrown in the direction of Angel Reese. The Chicago Sky have gotten involved, talking about they're going to protect their players at all costs. The wnba has issued a statement saying it abhors and discourages hate of any kind, etc., etc. Your thoughts about it? Here's the WNBA statement. The WNBA strongly condemns racism, hate, and discrimination in all forms. They have no place in our league or in society. We are aware of the allegations and are looking into the matter. Your thoughts about that element of all of this, where you believe it emanates from, and do you think it will ever subside?
Oh man, the latter part of that, Stephen A, is quite the thing to think on. I think when you go back to the impetus of the rivalry that we have between Caitlin and Angel Reese, I remember funny clips on the internet.
You know it's rough when even the commentators start grasping for positives, saying things like, well, she's contributing in other ways. Other ways like, what, morale support? Angel Reese looked like she was doing a 40-minute cardio session, not playing pro ball. At one point, the camera caught her staring off like she was daydreaming about a future on reality TV. The real stat patterns of Chicago coming soon to a streaming service near you. Let's be real. Angel used to walk in with all the swagger, lashes flawless, nails on point, attitude unmatched. But lately, her box score reads more like, oops, I forgot there was a game today. This isn't the season she hyped up. It's not the Bayou Barbie domination tour, it's more like Desperate Housewives, WNBA edition, and Angel's just holding the empty wine glass. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is out here getting targeted like she owes somebody money. And still, she finds ways to contribute, dropping dimes, hitting threes when she actually gets the ball, and drawing double teams like she's Steph Curry's secret sibling.
Caitlin Clark's or Angel Reese's popularity in large part is attributed to her behavior towards Caitlin Clark. Because when Caitlin Clark was busy taunting opponents a couple of years back before LSU smacked Iowa around in the national championship game or so, it was Angel Reese that was clapping back at Caitlin Clark once it was Caitlin Clark's turn to have her come up. And that's what made Angel Reese famous. Now, Angel Reese experienced vitriol thereafter. It was tough for her to deal with, as she articulated, and that's unfortunate because we got some no-good-ass people.
Angel had everything: the stage, the spotlight, the mic, even the backup dancers. And somehow, she still forgot her lines. That 12-rebound flex, it's time we admit not all rebounds are created equal. She's out there grabbing boards like the ball personally offended her. At this point, stat padding might as well be her full-time gig. She's boxing out like she's in a CrossFit ad, only to toss up shots that look more like experimental art than offense. She's collecting rebounds like Pokemon cards, gotta catch them all, but never do anything meaningful with them. Now, the whispers are starting, the quiet ones that hint at bench time, reduced minutes, or worse, being forgotten. This isn't high school. The WNBA doesn't hand out gold stars for effort. If you're not producing, you're sitting. Right now, Angel Reese's most consistent contribution might be her courtside fashion. And if her minutes get cut, she might want to start checking in with the stylist instead of the coaching staff. This was supposed to be her breakout year, the season she silenced critics and showed she was more than just attitude with no altitude. Instead, she's starting to look like the human version of a TikTok trend that burned bright for 2 weeks and vanished. Remember the milk crate challenge? That's Angel's arc right now. Came in hot, took one shaky step, and now we're all watching the fall in slow motion.
This is only women that get this. I'm tired of it. Like, here's my thing, you guys. What else? Who are these girls? Who are these girls that are hating on Caitlin Clark? Are you just combing through Twitter? What else are these women supposed to do? Fawn over her? Fangirl over her? Bend the fucking knee? Kiss the ring? Like, what do you want from them? We cannot, every time the girl plays a game, she got 40 games, guys. She got 35 more games. We are not, every single game, gonna revisit and retread this same tired-ass rhetoric that all these girls are hating on her, and they need to be thankful they have been.
Let's not get it twisted. People wanted Angel Reese to thrive. She's a walking headline, a soundbite machine. The drama, the rivalry, the image, she was supposed to be WNBA gold. But all that shine means nothing if you can't put points on the board. For points, that's not cutting it. Unless this is some kind of performance art piece on minimalism in pro sports, it's starting to look like a problem. And now, the fans are noticing. Twitter lit up like it was draft night all over again. 4 points is she okay, rebounding queen, but an offensive ghost. Even the most loyal Angel Reese supporters are starting to write think pieces titled, "Maybe she's struggling." Yes, Karen. She's struggling like a Roomba caught on shag carpet. What makes it all worse is the contrast. Caitlin Clark's mere existence puts every hole in Angel's game under a microscope. It's like highlighting your typos with neon ink. Clark's out with an injury and still dominating headlines. Meanwhile, Angel's healthy, with a wide-open path, and still finds a way to trip over her own potential. Now, the locker room whispers are getting louder. Will she get benched? Sat for development reasons? That's just front office speak for, we have no idea what to do with her, but we're not ready to say it out loud. Chicago didn't sign up for a full-time rebound collector who seems allergic to scoring.
The Goose comes along, and she wreaks havoc. She's the Rookie of the Year. She's 4th in the league in MVP voting. 4th in the league, her rookie year.
Wow.
Outstanding. She's like Steph Curry. She can pull up from anywhere. You understand? She has that kind of capability. Didn't win a national championship. Lost to LSU one year. We lost to South Carolina another year. But she's outstanding and clearly worthy of being the #1 overall pick. And what I was saying to everybody is ride the wave. Rising tide lifts all boats.
What teams want is presence a leader who shows up and delivers, not someone whose stat line reads like a losing lottery ticket. Close, but not quite. If this is Angel Reese's worst start to a season, it's not just a slump, it's a full-blown alarm. And let's be clear, the WNBA doesn't hand out charity minutes. You don't get to coast on college clout. Those LSU highlights, they don't win you games here. Stop performing. And you don't just fade, you become a bench regular with flawless lashes and a motivational Instagram bio. Hustle. Grind. Stay humble. Great, but how about scoring a few buckets to go with it? You just know Stephen A. Smith saw that stat line, slowly reached for his glasses, let out a long sigh, and bellowed for points. 4 points. Somewhere, that monologue is already cooking. This young lady, listen to me now, she is not in Baton Rouge anymore. And he wouldn't be wrong. Angel Reese has to find her rhythm and fast before her box score starts looking like a sticky note. No one's asking her to drop 40. But can we get 10, maybe an assist? Just a flicker of offensive awareness? Right now, it's like watching someone try to microwave a steak, confusing and kind of painful. And the pressure, it's only going up. Every game, every possession, every second she's on the floor is now an audition. She's not just playing basketball anymore, she's fighting for her spot in the league. This isn't college. There's no crowd chanting her name, no hype video after every rebound. This is the WNBA, where if your numbers don't match your name, they'll bench you mid-sentence.
Ball. She balled at Iowa in college. She's balled since she's been in the NBA. She came into the league last year with no break whatsoever between the college game and the pro game and did her thing. Ended up as an all-star, ended up being 4th in the league in MVP voting, was the clear winner for Rookie of the Year. No competition whatsoever in that regard when it was really all said and done. We know what she brings to the table.
Angel Reese is at a crossroads. She either bounces back on the boards and on the scoreboard, or she becomes a walking what could have been story. The kind ESPN turns into a 30 for 30 titled, "What if Angel never scored?" complete with dramatic piano, dim lighting, and slow-mo clips of missed layups. The clock is ticking. The stage is still hers for now, but the spotlight is shifting. And if she doesn't light it up soon, she won't just be off the court, she'll be out of the conversation entirely. Enter Tyler Marsh, the man with the clipboard, the headset, and a playbook that's starting to look more like a puzzle. He's moving Angel around like she's playing professional twister. 1 minute she's a power forward, the next she's a stretch 4, and suddenly she's in a position even the coach can't define. It's like he's trying to fix her slump with interpretive dance. But here's the truth. No amount of tactical spinning can distract from the obvious Angel Reese just isn't producing. You can shift her from the paint to the perimeter to the parking lot, but if she's still putting up 4-point nights and rebounding like it's a side hustle, then yeah, Chicago, we got a problem.
I actually feel bad for Angel Reese at this point, and it has nothing to do with like how she's handled herself or anything. It's just simply Caitlin Clark is so much better than Angel Reese at basketball that it doesn't feel fair.
Yeah, I think Angel Reese is struggling with the fact that Caitlin Clark is better at her best thing than she is.
She's better at everything.
And
she did a triple-double. She's tied for the third most triple-doubles in WNBA history, and she's played 50 games.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark has been actually injured, like legitimately sidelined, and she's still the WNBA's main character. She could be in a full leg brace, shooting from a wheelchair, and she'd probably outscore Angel Reese's last outing without breaking a sweat. Even on her worst day, Caitlin finds ways to contribute. You could blindfold her, spin her around, and she'd still flirt with a triple-double just to silence the noise. Now imagine this. Caitlin comes back fully rested, fully locked in, and fueled by frustration. The Fever plug her back in like she's a cheat code, and boom, game changer. Meanwhile, the Chicago Sky are still sitting around wondering if Angel Reese is going to remember how to shoot, let alone make a basket. Not just any shot, a meaningful attempt. One that doesn't look like she's second-guessing her own talent in real time. It's not even subtle anymore. Watch a Sky game, and there's a predictable moment when the ball lands in Angel's hands and the crowd just collectively sighs. Not a cheer, not a gasp. Just that quiet, disappointed, "Oh no, not again." Like they're watching someone repeatedly try the wrong iPhone passcode. At this point, it's not basketball, it's abstract theater. And when your coach is constantly shifting your role mid-season, that's not development, it's desperation. That's not a plan, it's coaching roulette. It means they don't trust you to handle the basics, so they're tossing you around the floor, hoping you'll accidentally stumble into some kind of rhythm. Right now, that's the only game Angel Reese is playing, hoping something clicks before the league moves on without her.
Part, unfortunately, it comes with the crown.
I got to push back on you a little bit.
Okay.
I think you're being a little bit too PC. Let's call it what it is. I am not trying to say that she should be criticized or she is wrong. What I'm saying is by pulling it down, clearly you felt there was something wrong with it. Now, yes, you are 22. Yes, you are young. And there's a lot of things that we didn't want people to know about when we were her age. Fair enough, especially me, okay? Because I'm 30 plus years removed from that age. I got that part. There was no social media then or whatever. But here's my point to you. She knows this social media. She is not dumb. She's quite a
Let's just call it what it is. Angel Reese is underperforming. Not adjusting, not developing, not quietly contributing in subtle, high IQ ways. Just plain not delivering. And every game she stays on that floor while Caitlin Clark recovers, the comparison grows more brutal. Because when Caitlin returns, she's not easing back into mediocrity, she's going to come back swinging. She'll remind everyone why her jersey is flying off the shelves while Angel's is collecting dust next to the half-off Halloween decorations. The WNBA doesn't need a rebound specialist with a scoring average fit for middle school rec league. It needs leaders, bucket getters, game changers. And right now, Angel Reese is offering vibes, not victories. Let's be honest, the Sky aren't going anywhere until they address the angel-sized elephant in the room. You can't build a contender around someone whose most consistent stat is her public persona. Eventually, all the "I'm her" tweets start to feel hollow when the box score says otherwise. At this point, overrated might be putting it kindly. And it's not hate, it's reality. The hype did its job. Angel was the nil superstar, the Bayou Barbie, the media darling. But when the bright lights of the league flicked on, all that glitter started to fade. 4 points and a montage of missed layups don't scream generational talent. They whisper, "Hey, remember me from college."
Jackie Robinson of the WNBA will be Caitlin Clark. If she stays healthy, there's a group of them that would hope for her to be out. But
why do you say she's going to be the Jackie Robinson of the WNBA?
Well,
it's not like she's the first white girl.
She's not the first white girl, but she's the first white superstar at the levels where she's scoring these You know, the threes she's shooting. She's like a Steph Curry. She's the first actual superstar that people care. When's the last time we watched like college basketball? If I told you, tell me the greatest college basketball female basketball players last 30 years, and you watch
Diana Taurasi.
I know her. She's our meet. But you look at some of these names, you see some of these people on how they do.
Even inside the locker room, you can feel the tension. Players are grinding, putting in the work, while Angel Reese is busy posting pre-game selfies. And when it comes time to deliver, crickets. You can't fake leadership with filters. The court doesn't care about your follower count, it cares about results. And right now, Angel isn't giving them any. Imagine being a young player on the Sky, pushing hard in practice, only to get 2 minutes of game time while Angel logs 30 minutes of glorified cardio, 12 rebounds that lead to nothing. That's not inspiration, that's a morale killer. You're watching someone burn through playing time like it's on clearance, while you sit on the bench, clapping out of obligation. The Sky front office has to be watching this unfold like a bad reality show. The kind where you realize too late you bet the house on someone whose peak performance came with a TikTok soundtrack. That's the kind of mistake that keeps GMs awake at night. And Tyler Marsh, he's probably aging in dog years trying to make sense of it. At some point, you can't just wait on potential like it's a delayed Amazon order. If Angel Reese doesn't turn it around, and soon the Sky are going to have no choice but to shift their focus to players who actually produce. This league doesn't do pity minutes. And it definitely doesn't have time for redemption arcs with no actual redemption.